financially irresponsible. I am. I don't have a savings account. I'm 29 years old.
Nothing brings me joy like living beyond my means. Sure, I could have saved up my money. I didn't need to make that impulse purchase.
How old are you and how much do you have in savings?
I'm 27 and I have no savings.
What's up, YouTube? I'm back at it again, and today we're going to be looking at people living above their means and going broke. People living with no safety net. They're on credit card debt when they don't have to be. We're going to see some clips of high earners living paycheck to paycheck and a little bit of overconsumption culture that's all over social media, especially on TikTok. A lot of people are not off to a good start this year, and you're going to want to stay for every clip in this video because I think a lot of people are not off to a good start this year financially, and they're living above their means. So every clip adds another layer to the financial irresponsibility going on in the culture today. So let's go straight into it. But first, don't forget to like the video, subscribe to the channel, and let's go check out this first clip.
I am financially irresponsible. I am. I don't have a savings account. I'm 29 years old and I no longer have a savings account. I'm making the most minimum payments on my student loans. I graduated college back in 2018, still paying off those loans. The most minimum payments. I'm living back at home. I don't have my own car. I obviously don't have a home. Instead, you know what I do? I buy tickets on impulse to go to Italy, to go to Europe. I use Afterpay, I use Affirm, I use Klarna. I get my groceries on Instacart for the whole buy now, pay later feature. And I don't care. I really don't. Like, I'm being so for real right now because the way things are looking, living here, making a life, that American dream, I'm gonna have my own house, I'm gonna have my own family here, I'm gonna have so much money, I'm gonna be rich. That's little me she'd be deceased. She would be quaking, shaking in her boots if she saw the state of this right now, because that's so impossible. Like, BFFR. Maybe you're not as financially irresponsible as me, but I think we can all agree this isn't life. This isn't life. I'd rather live paycheck to paycheck, actually like living for my soul and going on these trips and creating memories and experiences and visiting this place that feels like home, that I know I want to make home, that is out of the US. I'd much rather be living paycheck to paycheck doing that than be living paycheck to paycheck trying to just get by, paying off bills, paying off debts, the highest amount I can pay just to pay it off a couple years sooner. Because let's be for real. It doesn't matter if I'm paying off low payments or high payments. It would still take me years to pay off what that student loan debt was. So I'll pay off the most minimum payments so that I can at least have a little extra pocket change to go abroad, to go solo travel, to create these memories for myself and actually try and have somewhat of a will to live. Because this country is depression. I already struggle with my own shit, okay? Being here, struggling with my own shit, amplifies it. So I don't care. I'll take me being financially responsible and me actually trying to somewhat live than me being financially responsible and wanting to croak every single day of my life. Like, I literally don't care anymore. I'm 29 years old. I have no savings. I'm probably the most financially responsible person that a lot of you will probably come at me for. Come at me. I don't care anymore. I literally don't. Because soon enough, like, I don't even care about living here. Soon enough, I'm going to be over yonder in a place that actually regulates my nervous system.
Okay, right off the bat, that was a lot to process. She said she had a savings account and then she got rid of it. Did she leave it in Italy? I'm so confused on why she's given up so quickly. She's 29. She didn't give us any numbers except that, you know, minimums, all minimums. She's just living her life, having a good time. I mean, that's the kind of clip that makes her kind of untouchable. Like, you can't say anything she hasn't already said. It was like she was Eminem from 8 Mile. She was like, I use Affirm, I use Afterpay, I use Klarna, I have student debt, I'm broke, I live at home with my parents. insurance. I lost my savings. I left it in Italy. Then she started talking about her soul and how like the country is sucking it out of her, and it was all over the place. So let's go straight into the comments and see what's going on there. My OBGYN told me years ago not to stress about debt and to just live my life. Life is meant to be experienced. I don't care what my bank account looks like. I'm not missing out on the trip. Yeah, the kind of jokes you're gonna see in this video is mostly just people saying stuff like, I don't live beyond my means live beyond me. My taste is champagne, but my budget is tap water. I've heard people say I'm spending in the wrong tax bracket. And you know what? To keep it going, let's take a look at the next clip.
Nothing brings me joy like living beyond my means. Sure, I could have saved up my money. I didn't need to make that impulse purchase. But you know what? I'll enjoy it. That trip that I'm going to go on later, I'll enjoy it. Those items that I bought, I'll enjoy using them. It doesn't matter, okay? Sue me. Was it a bad decision? Maybe, okay? But it brought me joy in that moment. I know at the end of a I deserved it week, I'll feel some guilt and I'll not want to look at my bank app and I'll avoid that. But you know what? I deserved it, okay? That moment was worth it.
A bad spending week full of impulse purchases and buy now, pay later spills into the next week and the week after that, and then the following month, and then a few months later you realize, hey, all my money is missing. What happened? I don't know. It's all the joy you've been chasing, my dude. Let's take a look at some of these comments. Money is fake anyways. Memories are real. Not like we can afford homes anyway. Afterpay hates to see me coming. Why do you look like Arya Stark? And the pivot from there, we're going to see how some high income earners too are also living paycheck to paycheck and going broke, and how it even happens.
I know multiple people on Wall Street who are literally living paycheck to paycheck despite receiving six-figure or in some instances even seven-figure bonuses. And you may be wondering, Jonathan, how is that even possible that you could receive a bonus that is hundreds of thousands of dollars or even $1 million plus and still be living paycheck to paycheck? And I'll tell you the first reason is taxes. Taxes when you make that much money are crazy. You could pay hundreds of thousands of dollars in taxes. But the second reason is these people tend to get out over their skis. They tend to indulge in something that I like to call lifestyle creep. They have a fancy penthouse apartment. They go on luxury vacations. They eat at Michelin star restaurants. They get bottle service at a club, which could be tens of thousands of dollars every single weekend, Friday and Saturday night. In Wall Street, a lot of times your variable pay, your bonus can be a really large percentage of your total pay. My largest ever bonus that I received on Wall Street was actually roughly 60% of the total pay I received for that year. And so what people do is they don't actually make enough money from their base pay throughout the year to support their lifestyle. So they actually burn cash. They spend more than they're getting every paycheck throughout the year under the pretense, under the notion that they're going to get a big bonus at the end of the year and be able to support their lifestyle from that. Believe you me, is crazy to me, but a lot of people, not a lot of people, but a surprising amount of people do it.
So that definitely adds a little extra spice to the sauce for the guys who are in Wall Street making so much money, and it's like they're not even working for that paycheck. They're working for that bonus that might be more than every paycheck leading up to that moment. Usually it's in like December, right? The end of the year. So that's pretty insane. That's a work hard, party hard kind of lifestyle. You can get away with that bonus hit. So sheesh. But let's go ahead and take a look at the comment section. Taxation is theft. Answer: poor money management from the financial managers. Sadly, it's the peer pressure that makes you feel you need to fit in to be successful in the industry, and your peers expect those extravagant outings, bottle service, luxury trips together. Wall Street is paternity life with money. All right, so in this next clip, we're gonna come back down to earth a bit and see a financial advisor accessing someone's finances and just trying to figure out why this young guy, probably not even like 22, 23, he's basically a kid, is even in debt when he doesn't have to be.
You have no reason to be in debt. This is a joke. $3,010 comes in on a monthly basis with $1,836 needed to live on a monthly basis. There is no excuse, no reason in this world that you are possibly missing any payments. You have an extra $1,174 a month. That is insane. And that's just irresponsible, bad behavior.
Yeah.
You have nothing on savings. Correct?
Like $300.
So this is a year and 8 months. A year and 8 months, you are bad debt free. You have a fully funded emergency fund. You're halfway through 24 at that point. That's incredible. All the mistakes, all the stupidity, all the bad things you've done in your life is corrected in under 2 years. Mm-hmm. Will you do it?
Yeah. It's gonna
that was not confident. Me.
I'm gonna do it. That's what my mom says. There's food at home.
Yeah.
Every time there's a clip of some guy in their early 20s and the speaker is like, you've been irresponsible, this is unacceptable, that guy who's like 22 is just always sitting there like, yeah, It sure was. And it was a good time. I don't care. I feel like he's sitting there with that $300. Like, that's almost enough. Enough to just take another spin at it. A night at the town, just do it again. Even his reaction at the end, he was low-key thinking to himself, it's like, if I could do it all over again, I'd do the exact same thing. This man did not care. Let's go ahead and take a look at the comments. Me, when I was 15 with my first job. Now, funny enough, some people might actually be very, very good with money, but they have that one thing that they like to indulge on. Maybe even overindulge on, you know what I mean? So we're gonna see something a little bit like that in the next clip.
1,000,000 reasons why I'm starting Project Pan in 2026.
Isn't makeup expensive? Is she saying she bought 1,000,000 items or she spent $1,000,000? I don't know. Leave a comment. I'm just not that guy. I don't wear makeup. So I saw boxes of makeup. Did you see that? There was a box of makeup that is unused. She's just buying more? Is she cosplaying as a clown? Like, I don't get it. I don't understand. I mean, like, it's like she was collecting the makeup containers. The whole thing was spending $50 million on makeup. I'll never understand it. I dated a girl actually that said she spent more on makeup than she did on food every month. So I just don't understand it. Personally, I would pick the food. So let's take a look at some of these comments. Why not? The crazy part is all that started as money. It's okay. It's my money and I'm okay with it. You'll be done by 2035 at the earliest. You know what? A good pivot from talking about makeup is doing a deep dive at influencer culture that's on social media and kind of all the flexing that's going on, bragging about how much money they make, how much money they spend really on the lifestyle, on the jewelry, all the flexing on the brokies, making everybody feel bad about themselves because everyone's encountered one of those influencers. They're just all over TikTok. They go mega viral on Instagram. So let's take a look at this next clip.
Okay, so I don't know about y'all, but I've noticed that there's a huge influx of broke ass influencers on TikTok that are begging for money, and some of them even being involved in scams. Yesterday, I saw this TikToker who had almost 1 million subscribers or followers, and she was involved in a GoFundMe scam, and the GoFundMe got shut down. And it's just like, the problem with so many of these TikTokers is that, or any influencer, is that they're living above their means. And something that my grandma taught me as a kid that I'll never forget is she said, if you cannot buy something with cash in hand right now, then you cannot afford it. Or if the money isn't in your checking account right now, the full amount, you can't afford it. And it's like, I've seen so many scandals over the years of influencers, from YouTube or any, community that have gone broke because they start to live above their means. And you should never live above your means in life if you don't want to set yourself up for failure. Like, let's say an influencer makes $40,000 in their first big payout month, right? And it starts to become consistent. Okay, great. But then they decide they want to go rent or lease an LA mansion for $15,000 a month, right? And just because they were making $40,000 a month consistently for a while, it doesn't mean that money is going to stay. Because life works in ebb and flows. Life works in patterns. It has ups and downs, ups and downs, and ups and downs. So learn firsthand from these influencers. Definitely do not live above your means. Have a goal in life, a goal you want to meet of the life you want to live, and then take actionable and reasonable steps to get there. It's like I said with the house example, a lot of these influencers, right, the money comes in, but they're taking too large of a leap. Like my grandma said, if you cannot buy it in cash, in full, you cannot afford it.
I could not have said it better myself. Shout out to Grandma. Your words will not fall on deaf ears. Let's go ahead and take a look at some of the comments. Jason Nash and so many other influencers are just living on live every day. I was always raised with the saying, if you can't buy it twice, you can't afford it. I got a few more comments to go along with this too. What is worse is that people give them money. It took me way too long to realize this was not satire. This is not just a TikToker/influencer thing. There are people every day scamming people through GoFundMe and live above their means. So now let's go take a look at this next clip and pull behind the curtain how people are actually spending this money to go on these vacations, have these lavish lifestyles that they show all over social media.
I need everyone to know this about being in your early 20s. You will meet people that are going to Europe every summer, buying new cars, buying new outfits, going to Coachella. And if you are wondering, how can they afford to be living like this? Like, is something wrong with me that I'm not able to spend like that? Just know they aren't spending like that because they're working harder than you, because they're networking better than you, because they're better connected. They're probably not even generationally wealthy. They are just in massive amounts of credit card debt. How much someone spends and the life that they portray on social media is not necessarily reflective of how much money they are really making. Nothing is wrong with you if you're not able to spend like that. In fact, you are way better off in the long run because you are living within your means instead of going into crazy debt to portray a lifestyle that is far above it.
It's always credit card debt or rich parents. Yeah, that's usually it. It's usually like 5 figures of credit card debt or just the bank of mom and dad. The bank of mom and dad took them to like London, then to Dubai, then to Tokyo, then to Honolulu, then to LA, then to Mexico, then to Buenos Aires, and just all over the world. They just had a world tour. And it's just one of those things. So don't sweat it too much, and let's just go take a look at this next clip.
How old are you and how much do you have in savings?
I'm 27 and I have no savings.
Okay, and what's holding you back from saving right now?
I think that money is an idea that allows people to do what they want with their time. And I think most people stress about the value that they have at a specific time in their life. But I like to think about myself as less of a member of society, but more of a member of nature and the universe. And I don't think that the sun requires us to be here to tell it to come up every morning like our bosses do. So I trust in the sun, I trust in the moons and all the planets, and if they're doing their job, I know that they're going to be looking after me because we're all a part of that greater scheme, you know?
Great, so you say your relationship to money is very different to most people?
Yeah, correct. The relationship to money that I have is more about the idea of abundance and about wealth as an idea rather than something that we see as something tangible and physical, and now less so because it's actually in our phones as digital. It's a digital idea now. And if it goes all the way digital, then we probably lose full control of that idea of abundance because we're really then trapped in the digital world, you know.
Okay. And do you yourself own property?
I don't own any personal property except for just like belongings, but not like land.
Okay. And do you feel like you will own like a home or something like that one day?
I think I will own a home, but something that's just enough for me to live in and be happy. I don't think I need more than, like, I don't think I'm like a queen or a king, so I don't need like a palace like some people. Obviously, with the amounts of money they have, they go and they spend it on, like, you know, good on them. Like, they've got massive properties, but I think there are people without, and if they were to buy a little less, they could probably give away some of the money that they have to help other people.
Yeah, okay. And do you think that other people your age are in the same boat as you right now?
Probably not my age, but I definitely think that some people younger than me probably have a similar mentality because they're not so, like, plugged into the system of stress and, like, working every day to get where you're trying to go. They're probably feeling a little bit more intuitive. I think there's a lot more people in media now like them, showing them that it's okay to be what you want to be and follow your dreams. So they're less stressed about trying to climb some corporate ladder, which generations before have been really stuck in that rat trap. Yeah.
For sure.
That clip right there is the definition of waffling. Some things kind of made sense. Some ideas were connecting. He was plugging things into a loose outlet. The ideas kind of fell apart. He was talking about the sun. He was talking about the moon, the stars. He was talking about abundance, but he has no savings. He said digital 5 times. I can't believe the woman giving the interview was like, yeah, every single time. Like, was she even listening? It's hardly even a cohesive response to her questions. That was absolutely hilarious. And the music in the background was definitely a vibe. So let's go take a look at some of these comments. Just put the fries in the bag, bro. Bro said so much, but so little. Lots to unpack here. I bet the moment he started talking, she's like, I regret asking. Trust the moon and the sun will pay your bills. Great idea. But anyways, thanks for making it this far into the video. We're almost at the very end. So let's look at one more clip for the people that already live above their means and they're not going to stop until someone makes them stop. So let's check out this and we'll wrap it up after that.
Don't pay back your credit card. Who cares, man? Who gonna stop you? If the government can be in debt, so can I. So can you. Open up 10 credit cards, 50 credit cards, run them up. Keep it going, No one's gonna stop us.
Honestly, if you open up 50 credit cards, what can stop you? Your credit score can stop you. All my cards maxed out and payments overdue. I'm beating the system. I owe 20K credit cards, now can't sleep at night. Don't do it. Just pay $1,500 for bankruptcy and then get new credit cards. Cheaper than paying them back. Thanks for making it to the end of the video. Like the video if you haven't already. Subscribe to the channel. I got new content coming out all year. It's 2026. I'm back at it again. And You don't want to miss it. So I got a beat dropping in 3, 2, 1.